This isn't a scheduled live stream, so I don't expect too much action. You know what I'm saying? But I decided to go ahead and go live because I got a lot to discuss about the upcoming content. Plus, at least one time a week, I like to do viewers choice streams, excuse me, to where the stream I'll just answer the question. I call it fan appreciation. We started off calling it ghost streaming. You know what I'm saying? Where I'll just answer the questions of the people who come into the stream. So man, I'm gonna just take a few minutes. I just wanted to say this too. I wanted to add this people who come into the stream or the people who watch it after we record it. Like me, like I'll be able to answer the questions and to be able to actually delve into the information. If we need to have a discussion or do some kind of research on something, we could do that. So I think it'd be kind of fun, man. You know what I'm saying? As y'all come in the stream, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Give me just a few minutes, and we're gonna get started. We gotta wait for some people to get into the stream, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna get started. Like pretty much I'm doing this content for the people who will watch it after it was pre-recorded, so I go ahead and get started. It's no news story. I don't have any no news story. I don't have any like content to bring you guys as far as political content. I'm just going to talk about the We the People series. So if you guys don't know, I started the year in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Spent about, I was living in Houston for the previous 2 years, but you know what I'm saying? I started the year in Texas. I spent about 85, 86 days going all across the state of Texas. I'm talking about Houston. I'm talking about Austin. I'm talking about, any city you could, San Marcos cities I could call you can't even think of. 85 days. That was the first tour, and it was We the People. You know what I'm saying? You could go, guys could go watch it on YouTube. What's up, OG Stoner? Yeah, I can't read that. I can't read that, my boy. Make sure y'all come in the stream that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. So, guys, that was the first tour. What's up, Daniel? He says, why do most ladies like bad boys more than nice guys? I'm not sure, man. That's a great question. You know what I'm saying? I guess it would just be what they're into. I hear a lot of girls like guys like their father. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Callie? How you doing, baby? You know what I'm saying? As y'all come in the stream, y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We go streaming this morning. You know what I'm saying? Basically, anything you guys want to talk about, y'all go ahead, throw it down below in the chat, and we can discuss it. And in the meantime, I'll be telling you guys about the content that we got going up. I hope he's talking about, what's up, Callie? Callie says, Sissy, what's up, Sissy? Hey, so look, this is what's going on. So I got We the People, that's already uploaded. That was the beginning of the year in the state of Texas. Then probably about March, I went back to Mississippi. I stayed in Mississippi about 3 months with my mom. During that time, I hadn't seen her in like 2 years, 3 years. During that time, I went to North Carolina and I recorded 2 vlogs. It is Discover the Passion 4, and I also recorded the part in 3. Man, I'll be recording so many vlogs. I'm losing count. That was in May. I can't pronounce your name, but he said, what's good? Have you seen the Yeet Balls movie? Somebody trolling. This is Copa says, what's good? Callie says, bro, you too wild, man. Y'all off the chain. Hey, look, so Callie, just whatever you got to put in the chat, just put it in the chat, man. So look, so after we did that, you know, the hockey because it's fan appreciation. I'm trying to address their comments. After I went to the state of Mississippi, you know what I'm saying, spent a little time there, went to North Carolina, did 2 vlogs. So it's like probably July 27th, about 40 days actually. You know what I'm saying? It's July 27th, and so I decided that I need to go out and get some more content. Um, so I started in Tennessee, and so I went to Tennessee for 20 days. I didn't think that I was going to just continually do a We the People series, you know what I'm saying? But I went ahead and just started recording, you know what I'm saying? Tennessee's very gorgeous. I went to the Appalachian Mountains. I went to the Smoky Mountains, you know what I'm saying? All over the great state of Tennessee, man, for about 20 days, man, recording. I did an interview as well, you know what I'm saying? Talked to a whole lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And so that's We the People too. Now, guys, what I want to tell you guys about right now is that right now I am in Michigan. I've been recording for 20 days. So if you guys are following, you keeping up, that's 40 days in a row on this trip right here, right now. 20 days in Tennessee, 4 days in Illinois. I stopped in Chicago. I crossed over into Indiana and then touched Michigan. And that's We the People 3. Now, this is why I'm doing the stream this morning, because We the People 3, guys, will be coming out on Tuesday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing a regular stream, regular live news story, everything typed up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But I think Axios and CNN I got the stories from. But on next Tuesday, that's September the 2nd, We the People 3. That's from the time I spent in Illinois and Indiana and a little bit of Michigan. I did an interview on that one. But to keep it pushing, guys, this is the 4th We the People. Callie, I'm finna get to you in just a second, baby. I'm trying to get all of this out. The 4th We the People is the one that's going to come out on the 9th. So, guys, on September the 2nd and September the 9th, not tomorrow. Of course, we're doing a regular live stream tomorrow, but on September the 2nd and September the 9th, we got 2 We the Peoples coming out. We have We the People 3, and that's from Indiana and from Illinois and from part of Michigan, and We the People 4 is from here in Michigan. Man, I went to Lake Michigan, bro. If any of you guys been to Lake Michigan, man, I just went from beach to beach to beach to beach to beach. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Mississippi Gulf Coast, originally born and raised in Biloxi. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to those large bodies of water, man. It's a lifestyle. So I got on the beach, man, out here in Lake Michigan. I wasn't expecting that up north. You know what I'm saying? So I just fell off in here. I've been here for about 20 days now. Well, about 16, 17 days. So total, guys, that's 40 days. The last 40 days, okay? I got 2 vlogs. September 2nd, September 9th, 8 a.m. right here, 8 a.m. Eastern time premiered, okay? Make sure you guys go to the channel. Y'all hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? You guys look in the bio, the links in the bio, all the information is there for you guys to see it there. So Callie, she been real active in the comments. She says the only way you can make a better life than the old one, you have been doing that for a while, but I can't read that. It's more important in the very place in India. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, if you guys have any conversations you guys want to discuss, y'all, we could talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and throw it in the chat. If you guys want to have any political discussions, you have any political questions, we could talk about that as well. Guys, if y'all are watching this, man, most of y'all probably from Texas and from Mississippi, man. And you know what I'm saying? Right now, I don't know. I didn't check the weather, but usually, generally, it's about 90 to 100 degrees. You know what I'm saying? In Michigan, it's like 9:30 a.m. It's Eastern time, of course, and it's pretty chilly for me. Callie, it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Yes, ma'am. So for you guys also, I just want to tell you guys too, so you guys would be aware of this as well, that like just doing the We the People in general, you know what I'm saying? So basically I started Legal Wars Live. It started as it started as as Live with Memories Travel in August of 2025. Basically, I give this testimony 1,000 times, man. Like I had a traveling job, bro, and I was traveling, and I just something in my mind just said, "Hey, stop at a waterfall, go to a waterfall." So you know what I'm saying? This came from earlier, man, in the year. Let me go back and I'm gonna start over. So I was working during COVID. I was working at Walmart distribution center in Robert, Louisiana. Now I'm talking about getting paid. Like Walmart give you quarterly bonuses, and during COVID too, at that time, you know what I'm saying, we were getting like $300 or every month or something like that, or every other paycheck for you know what I'm saying, you being a worker that they needed. So that being said, man, like while I was at Walmart, man, you know what I'm saying, it was during COVID, man. During the summer of 2020, I think that's 2020. Yeah, during the summer of 2020, I was like, man, I took off. I said, hey, look, I said, man, I want to go on a vacation. You know, we work at 16-hour days. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I'm taking vacation. I took off to Tennessee. While I was in Tennessee, I went to Rock Island National Park. Man, it's a gorgeous park. It's a bunch of waterfalls out there, you know what I'm saying? Everything like that. And bro, like I tell people this all the time. It changed my life, man. It really did. Like, I mean, if you think about it, if you guys go to waterfalls, there's some spectacular waterfalls that you can see in this world. But Rock Island, even though it's like 3 or 4 waterfalls in that park, it's a very gorgeous park, man. It's unbelievable. But I mean, it's kind of like that park isn't like a wilderness kind of park, if you guys know what I mean. If you guys visit waterfalls, it wasn't really like no wilderness kind of park. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a real pretty scenery with a bunch of waterfalls, but I didn't know that at that time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Michael, nature, man. That's what it's all about. Y'all make sure if y'all haven't double tapped the screen, y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Cali, baby, I see you. What's up? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this content out. If you guys want to have a conversation about politics, anything y'all want to talk about, viewer's choice, y'all just throw it down below in the chat and we can discuss it. So, like, man, like as I was saying, man, after I went to that waterfall at Rock Island National Park in Tennessee, man, I went back to Louisiana to go to work, man. So I'm up in the job spot, you know what I'm saying, at Walmart doing them 16, 17-hour days in the distribution center, man, making a lot of money. What's up, Marcia? What's up? What's up? Nature does heal, Michael, very much so. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen if y'all have not liked the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? As I was like, so I went back to Louisiana. I'm back on the clock. You got to think, man, I'm making probably about $1,200 a week at this time. This is in 2020. A lot of people getting unemployment. They're not working. But I mean, I'm hearing about people getting like $800 a week in unemployment. And I'm saying I'm making about $1,200 after they take out taxes, like about $1,000 a week. It's people getting that. They ain't even working. You know, so maybe that was a part of my mentality. I don't know. I just know I went back to that warehouse. I was working 14-hour days. I was making a lot of money, but all I could think about was those waterfalls that I visited in Tennessee. So basically what I did is, man, I said, man, I'm finna become a waterfall chaser. I'm finna get out there and experience wildlife, experience the wilderness. So I said, man, I'm finna get to it. I'm finna do it, man. So I was like, let's get it. So I went into work one day, man. I looked at my manager and I told my manager, I just said, man, I just think my time is up here. You know what I'm saying? I spent as much time, you know what I'm saying, doing the job as I could. And basically, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, it's a real good job. It pays really well. I don't have really no kind of problems with people at work. You know what I'm saying? I think Walmart's a great company, but you know what I'm saying? It was just my time. My time was up. It was time for me to move on. So that being said, bro, I quit the job, man, $1,200 a week, man. During COVID too, man, or right, like, I mean, yeah, it was during COVID, probably about September 2020 or something like that, man. I didn't have another job or anything like that lined up. I just knew, man, that what I wanted to do, my passion was traveling. Still is traveling. It always has been traveling, man. I like seeing new places, new people, new things, waking up in a brand new city, bro. So, man, I left Louisiana, man. I went back to Mississippi, man. You know what I'm saying? And I started putting in applications. And, bro, I promise you, from the day I quit that job, I didn't have a job lined up. I just told myself that I wanted to travel. Making $1,200 a week, bro. I'm like, single man, $1,200 a week, that's a little bit of money. I'm doing whatever I want to do. when I want to do it, going wherever I want to go. I'm talking about going to Tennessee, taking vacations, paying everything. So, bro, but I still quit it though, bro. Like I couldn't get that waterfall in Tennessee out my head, man. I was like, yeah, I'm finna go get it. What's up, Sean? What's up, baby? So, man, I said, yeah, I'm finna go get it, man. So probably about 10 days, 11 days from whenever I had quit that job, I was in New Mexico with a new job. I did not know that, like, look, I just went in one morning. It's like, I worked till 3 or 4 in the morning, 5 or 6 in the morning. I went in one morning, like after lunchtime. You making 20 some dollars an hour, so you stay 5, 6 hours. That's the gas money to go where yeah. So I went in after lunchtime and I just told him, I had that conversation with my manager. I didn't know that no job or anything like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just went in there and I just told him, I said, hey, man, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, bro, after I told him that night, 1 in the morning, 11 days later, I was in New Mexico with a new job. And if you guys know anything about the Southwest, like New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, if you're a wildlife or a nature lover or outdoors person, Colorado is an outdoor state. New Mexico is an outdoor state. There's mountains, there's deserts, there's waterfalls, there's natural wonders, So I was like, man, New Mexico, let's get it. So now, bro, like I'm in New Mexico. 11 days now. I had quit Walmart. I'm in New Mexico. Bro, on the way, I drove from Mississippi to New Mexico now. It's 1,600 miles, man. That's a light pack. You know what I'm saying? I done did 10,000 miles this year on this tour. 10,000 miles of content. If you guys go to YouTube and y'all look through the content, there's 10,000 miles of content, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about you got to go from Austin, Texas to Fayetteville, North Carolina to Biloxi up to Chicago over to Michigan. Hey, look, but we ain't going to stay on that point, though. Hey, but look, so I'm in New Mexico now. When I left Biloxi, though, headed to New Mexico, I put Colorado in my GPS. It's right over the border. You know what I'm saying? About 4 hours from Albuquerque, Trinidad was. So, man, I'm in Trinidad, bro. You know what I'm saying? And when I got to Trinidad, man, I stayed in a La Quinta. Shout out Wyndham. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it started. I started staying in Wyndham in New Mexico. I started using Wyndham app. You know what I'm saying? Because of the discounts and everything like that. That's a different story. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Kenzie, what's up, baby? Ariane, what's up? What's up? So look, after all that happens, all that's take care of whatever, yada, yada, yada. So I'm in New Mexico. I'm in Colorado, bro. And in that La Quinta, bro, I had already found a waterfall that I was finna go to. You know what I'm saying? You guys following me now. Like I left Tennessee, when I went to Tennessee, this in 2020, I seen that waterfall. I said, look, in my 20s, I was in the clubs. Not in the clubs, I was partying, I was in the streets. When I turned 30, I got mature. I went back to church. I changed my life. I started getting good jobs, but I still, you know what I'm saying, like females and everything like that. When I turned 40 years old at 2020, that's when I decided that I wanted to take a whole new direction in my life. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know where I was headed or where God was taking me to at this point in 2025, and I'm still not there. But I know in 2020, and I've told people this 1,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000 times, I know in 2020, that's when it happened, when I came up with it, that, hey, I'm finna make the change and I'm finna live this lifestyle. I wanted to live an outdoors lifestyle. I wanted to live a lifestyle of, you know what I'm saying, where we going to the beach, we going to the mountains, we going to waterfalls, we living like that. You know what I'm saying? In 2020, when I went to that waterfall in Tennessee, that's when it happened. You know what I'm saying? But look, we'll get back to that though in a second. So, bro, I went to Colorado, Silverton, Colorado. So I'm like, man, I'm finna go to a waterfall. This is my second waterfall. I went to Rock Island National Park, and that was a good start for a waterfall because it's not really much climbing. It's not really much hiking. I'm saying they got, steps and rails and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it wasn't that bad. It's a lot of people usually be at Rock Island too, but now I'm going to a different waterfall in Silverton, Colorado, and this waterfall is in the straight wilderness. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about straight wilderness. So, bro, like I drive about 4 miles into the Colorado wilderness, bro. We talking about ain't no interstates. Hey, you know, if you go to waterfalls, you already, I don't care what state you in, it probably like this in every country because you are actually going onto a mountain usually, or you are actually going into the wilderness to get to that waterfall. So like in Tennessee, it's a one lane road that's going both ways. Real talk. One lane roads and the traffic are going both ways. So, and for you to pass the traffic, you got the car coming towards you. You got to pull, yeah, like 4 miles. So the people who are travelers, you understand that. So I'm 4 miles into the wilderness. We mean this ain't no highway, this ain't no interstate, this ain't nothing. I drove 4 miles into the wilderness on the side of that mountain. You know what I'm saying? That was an experience for me. If you never been on a mountain before and you driving on the side of a mountain for the first time, that's an experience. When I got out and I had to go to the waterfall, bro. So I'm like, okay, bro, you gotta understand like the energy or the excitement. You know when you go on like a vacation, but when you actually hiking for something, you hiking for a pot of gold. When you get to that pot of gold, I'm saying you have it's a different, like, okay, so if I'm going on a vacation or I'm in a new city or new place, there's a certain level of excitement. It's a certain level, you know what I'm saying? Your aura change. If you're around travelers enough, you know that their aura is different than when they're at home. So, but I'm saying like when you go into a waterfall, not only are you but you searching for something, bro. I'm super excited, bro. I'm on 3,000. Like, bro, I done seen the pictures, bro. This water is prettier than any ocean water I've seen in the world, Pacific, Atlantic. They talking about this water is pure. They get drinking water. I'm hearing all kind of stuff. So, bro, I'm ready to go. 4 miles on the side of that mountain. For me, bro, I'm from a rural town, from Biloxi, Mississippi, bro. It's on the beach. It's on the coastline. So it ain't got nothing but flat line. 4 miles up the side of that mountain, bro. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm on the mountain and I'm actually I'm hiking now, bro. I'm talking about 1 mile, nothing. Nothing. 1 mile, nothing. 2 miles, nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. As a matter of fact, the way this waterfall is, a lot of waterfalls, they have like a dirt, like you see the dirt behind me. So they got like a dirt trail you could walk on that leads to the waterfall. I'm saying, bro, in Colorado, I don't know what happened to the trail because it's like grass in the trail. So I don't even know. I'm kind of lost. And now I'm scared and I'm confused. But I want to see this waterfall, bro. I came out for this purpose, bro, and I start giving up hope. I'm like, man, I'm about to quit, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I went to that waterfall in Tennessee, and it was gorgeous, and I seen it, and it inspired me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out here in Colorado. I didn't quit a $1,200 a week job as a single man. And I'm out here in Colorado for this purpose. And I done drove and I'm in this wilderness and I'm walking. And then, bro, I'm finna quit, bro. This everybody, anybody who know me have heard this testimony. And I've given this testimony to multiple people in multiple states. So you could easily catch me in a lie. Bro, I'm finna quit. I'm dead serious, bro. I'm finna quit, bewildered, finna give up. And it's just like at that moment, that thought in my mind say to turn around and go back to the car, I start hearing some waters. It sounds like a bunch of rushing waters. I'm talking about, bro, the Lord my witness, I done told 1,000 people the story. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Tennessee, bro, it changed my whole perspective. I was like, whatever I was doing in my life, I'm going to go back to pre-20s when I used to love the beach and outdoors and nature because the party and stuff, that's over with. And I'm finna 40 years old, that's over with. So like I started getting into art, I started getting into different things. So I'm saying like at that moment when I heard those waters, bro, I'm talking about to me, bro, like that experience was just so awesome, bro. When I got to that waterfall, bro, I got on my knees, bro. I started worshiping. I started praising God, bro. I just felt it's just a sense or a peace or a joy or something, bro. It's just something. I'm a very spiritual person, and I just was sensing that change in my life. Bro, when I left Colorado that weekend and went to work, bro, that's all I did. Listen, I'm in Colorado, okay? So, I'm in New Mexico. We working from 10 p.m. at night to 7 in the morning. And our shift, we work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and off Saturday and Sunday, right? Boy, I'm telling you, I'm talking about as soon as Saturday come, bro. You know, Friday comes, so I'm getting off on Saturday morning. It's like 7:30. I'm back in the hotel room, bro. How my roommates did it, not my roommates, my coworkers did it. They would get a hotel for 7 days. You see what I'm saying? So they paying like about a month. We getting per diem from the job. So they paying about a month for the hotel room. Man, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I know on Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday, excuse me, I'm not going to stay here. I'm finna be in Colorado. I'm finna be in California. I'm finna be in Arizona. I'm finna be in Nevada. I quit a $1,200 a week job to come make $700 a week with per diem and everything. 700 with per diem and everything. I quit 1,200 to make 700. I didn't come out here, bro, to like, nah, we finna get it. It's travel time, baby. That I went to that waterfall. I took my phone out. I started recording, and I came back to the room, and the rest is history. That's how I started Live with Memories Travel, right there, 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? After that moment, bro, I started waterfalling it. They started calling me the waterfall chaser, bro. I promise you. The very next weekend, I was at a waterfall in New Mexico. All this content I'm uploading on YouTube. The very next weekend, I'm at another waterfall in New Mexico. The very next weekend, I went to Colorado, and then I went to another waterfall in New Mexico. But by this time, COVID had started getting bad, so they started closing the parks. So they closing the parks, bro. I done did about 3 or 4 waterfalls in New Mexico, Colorado, or whatever like that. So I had a flat tire, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think something happened, or like I got the tire, or they had to order the tire. I just knew that the weekend was coming, and I was waiting on the tire from the tire shop. And my Saturday and Sunday, I needed to travel. So you know what I'm saying? Like the people from my job and everything like that, they had kept on like trying to because I would go to work and show them the pictures. So they had kept on trying to say, hey man, let's go out there and do this. Let's go out there and do this. You know what I'm saying? We trying to go with you, Ghost. We want to go see the waterfalls. We want to go in the nature. We want to go with you, Ghost. I'm saying, I don't know. They had cars. They got maps. They got everything I got, but they like, we want to go with Ghost. So I'm like, come on. So I met like a little homegirl, bro. And like she was from New Mexico. So we went to White Sands, and then we went to if you guys don't know, so if y'all have ever been to a desert before, White Sands is a desert pretty much. You see what I'm saying? Of course, it's a desert with all white sands, pure white sands. The whole entire desert is white sands. I mean, they got sand dunes and everything. It's like a natural wonder in the world. On that same trip, I went to Carlsbad as well. So I went south to me and she was from New Mexico. We went to Carlsbad, and then we went to, I'm not sure, bro. Like I've been so many cities, bro. I can't even count them. I know we went to Sitting Bull's Falls, excuse me, I think that's in Carlsbad, and then we went to White Sands. I'm not sure which city that's in. That's in like southern New Mexico towards the Mexico border. You know what I'm saying? Bro, so came back, Live with Memories Travel is popping. The job was like, so this kind of job, I was a traveling merchandiser. Everybody goes home at December. And then, you know, because of COVID and everything like that, you know, everybody definitely was going home in December. But, you know, we in the 2021 now. I'm supposed to be coming back in February. So I left in December. I went back to Biloxi. And when I got back to Biloxi, I started getting unemployment, bro. And I never went back to the job. And you might say, why, or you might not understand that. That's because God had plans for me. I never understood it. I didn't know it. I didn't but I'm just going with the flow. So, bro, I had went back to the job. I didn't go back to the job. I'm back in Biloxi. And when I'm in Biloxi, it's like I got an apartment, bro, and I'm just living an everyday life. I'm just in the apartment, like just like you, waking up, going to work, just nothing. Nah, I ain't cutting it. You know, you feel what I'm saying? I left $1,200 because of this, bro. That ain't cutting it. So, like, I went through that little scenario for a little bit, and I got a really, really, really good job, bro. I was making probably about a good $1,500, $1,700 a week, again, at another Walmart distribution center. at Walmart, they do like you could get like incentives if you run over production. You know what I'm saying? And I had got really good at warehouses at that time, so I was making a lot of money, man. Got my forklift certified and everything like that. But I kept coming back around to the same spot. So a situation happened, bro, and like this is what I want to tell you guys, that to me it makes a whole difference. So in my mind, like I had that passion for traveling. I knew I was going to travel, so I had established that. But the thing that like I was having a problem is that for me to be able to do or live the lifestyle, it just wasn't cutting it. Like I was punching in for people, bro. It just was not, it wasn't working. It wasn't cutting it, bro. Like I was having situations that, you know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't, it wasn't a move. And I understood it wasn't a move, but I mean, I was making money and doing this and doing that. So I was just going with the flow, just like you was. But like, it was just changing my lifestyle. Listen, after, after like I went back to Mississippi, that happened with the job, the apartment, everything, all of that's going on or whatever like that. A situation happened at my job. I don't want to go back to this because this is previous 2020. I'm starting this at 2020 when I'm 40 years old. I'm talking about how I'm sitting here today. I'm telling you how I'm sitting here. This is why I'm sitting in this park right now in Michigan. I'm telling you why. So in 2020, so this like 2022, I had a situation at my job, but I already had a degree as a paralegal. I never worked for no attorney. I never did a legal. Well, okay, so like in my paralegal technology class, I was being trained by an attorney. So the attorney, she taught, we prepare documents and do research. So she taught us how to do an appeal. Like I remember from college, I had the documents to where I did an appeal. She taught us how to do an appeal. She taught us how to format legal documents. But I'm saying the real life practicality, once you get in court and litigation and you trying to take $50,000 or $100,000 from this business, the whole game changed. What happens, the way the court, what's my word, interprets the law is different too than what you taught. This whole situation, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, though, I had that degree, so I had familiarity with filing those documents in the courts. And then I studied political science at USM, so I knew the government, I knew all the workings of the inside of the system, all the workings. I'm saying I know the workings better than a lot of clerks. I promise you. Look, it's called district court in Texas. I called right one day and I said, is this state court? You know what I'm saying? It's called Harris County District Court, but it's not nothing to do with the county. I know government. I'm asking her. She a clerk. She worked for the court. Is this state court? Oh, no, this ain't state court. This district court. She don't even know that it's a state. I'm telling you, that's just something simple, but I like deep into the government. So, bro, I got this degree. I filed a lawsuit. When I filed that lawsuit, I filed it in Biloxi in September of 2022, and then I went to Texas. Now I'm traveling. Can't work for no employer. I filed a lawsuit and I'm in Texas. My whole goal or everything, my plans, everything was, it was all the passion was the traveling and everything like that. But I had to have a way to make a living. You can't just travel without getting money. You got to get money from somewhere. I didn't understand it. I didn't know it. The Bible said, God said, delight in me. God said, if you delight in him, he going to give you the desires of your heart. You could believe that or you don't have to believe that. It's what you believe. What you believe is going to determine what you do in the morning when you wake up. Can you understand that? You know what I'm saying? Real simple. Like say if there was a nuclear strike like about 500, 600 miles away from us and they tell us we can't go outside because of radiation. You see what I'm saying? But it hadn't been tested. But you hearing on the news that we can't go outside for radiation. So because you believe that there's radiation outside, you don't go out. See what I'm saying? What you believe in your mind, your perception, that's going to affect all of your actions. You see what I'm saying? So look, that being said, man, like I really, really, in my heart, I knew to where I'm going to. I think I'm not going to really get there till I'm about 50. But I knew like the lifestyle and what I wanted to do. Like God was, he was designing that. So the first stage was to travel. I established that. Like I'm saying, people will see me right now, and bro, I probably travel probably about a good bro. Look, I bought that BMW 3 months ago. You take off probably about 2,000 miles in Mississippi. There's 8,000 miles on that BMW. And that's all travel miles. I'm talking about, I did probably about 3,000 in Texas this year. You see what I'm saying, bro? Easily. Look, so I'm traveling the miles, bro. I established the travel. I need to do the income. So I filed a first lawsuit, federal court, didn't know what I was doing, and I moved to Texas. I had no idea, bro. When I got to Texas, I was actually being trained and reared to be what I am today. I didn't know that. You just living your life. So something happened at a job, so I sued him. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I done made $1,700 a week before, but you know what I'm saying? I'm in Texas. I know I'm finna make some money. If I'm coming from Mississippi and I done did $1,700 a week before, I know in Texas, the economy, I'm finna make some bread. And sure enough, true, I got a job at Tesla, a forklift driver. My first check, bro, after taxes was $2,700 for 2 weeks. After taxes, 2,700 first check. You know what I'm saying? We get to the second check, and the second check is like 23. I made 5 racks in the first 30 days. No problem. I'm talking about after taxes. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, something happened, you know, a situation happened, and like as I'm going on in my life, I'm seeing how this legal documents company that I started, Ameliorate Legal, is becoming more and more prevalent to me. I never thought in my mind that I was going to be. I started the business, but I never, bro, when I started Ameliorate Legal, people don't understand this. You just don't know what you're talking about. You got to understand the history. When I started Ameliorate Legal, the very first thing I did with the business was promotion. I'm talking about the very first thing, bro. Before I ever got, look, so I probably had like 5 customers. You know, I would do like promotions. They would be like 14 to 30-day promotions. And each one of the promotions on the low end is like $750, me just starting off. You know what I'm saying? So 5 promotions, that's a lot of work. So, bro, I started off like, with the very first thing I did with Ameliorate Legal is I did a campaign for Johnny Dupree. He a Democratic candidate in Mississippi, and he's running for governor. And it was a primary, and I did a campaign for him, promoting him, and he beat his opponent like 92% to like 6%. On everything I love, you could go back and check and fact check me and everything. He ran for governor, Johnny Dupree. So he get on the phone, or no, I'm sorry, he ran for Congress, not governor, he ran for Congress. So I got on the phone with him and I talked to him, and the reason I didn't work for his campaign was due to money. But because of that promotion I started with on Facebook, then I started getting a lot of business. So I'm promoting for small black businesses. I'm not thinking in my mind that I'm trying to sue people. You can fact check me. I got the documents, everything. I'm promoting for small black businesses with Ameliorate Legal. I got 1 lawsuit, and that's it. That's all I'm concerned with, is that 1 lawsuit, and the rest of it I'm promoting for small black businesses. So I say that for a reason like that, so y'all understand. So man, throughout all that entire process or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, I had that lawsuit, and then stuff started happening, and I started getting more lawsuits. So Ameliorate Legal is becoming more prevalent. And the jobs that I'm working is becoming less prevalent. You got to understand that. And for people who talk to me, understand that. Like, you got to understand, like I said, bro, I was making 5 racks a month at this job, $5,000 a month at Tesla. You see what I'm saying? And I had a legal documents company. When I left Biloxi and went to Houston, I left my clientele in Biloxi too. So I'm in Houston with a lawsuit that'll take about a year to settle. If you win, it's a gamble filing a lawsuit anyway. But if you win, it's going to take a year to settle. And I'm saying, I'm at a job that I made $5,000 last month after taxes, driving a forklift at Tesla. That's a retirement job. But over the time in the situation, when I was comparing a military legal to a job like that, a military legal was becoming more and more important in my life. That was my destiny. So when people come try to tell me to do A, B, and C, it's like they'll do better talking to that rock or that wall. Real talk. I might respond to you, but me understanding in my life, I understand that was my destiny. It was my destiny. Look, so I had some cases. Not only did I have some cases, I got paid. I got a settlement. The first settlement I filed, look, so 3 lawsuits in 3 different states in federal court. Listen to me. I'm just a regular dude. I ain't never been to law school. I'm a paralegal. What's a paralegal? I'm talking about these attorneys got law licenses and then they went and worked for an attorney for you. You got to. I never worked for an attorney. It's been 8 years since I got that paralegal degree. And I had 3 open lawsuits in federal court in 3 different states, in Mississippi, in Texas, and in Alabama. 3 open lawsuits. Yeah, boy. And so I didn't, but at that time still I didn't say, hey, look, I'm finna do lawsuits. I'm finna sue people. I'm finna be a justice fighter. I'm finna quit my job and leave everything and pack up and just start. Nah, that ain't how that went. You know what I'm saying? It's just the importance of a military legal, the weight of it, it just started becoming heavier and heavier to where I couldn't ignore. I told you I went to Tesla and I worked for a month and got 5 racks. I filed one document. It took me about 8 hours, should have took longer. I want to take at least 11 hours on the complaint, editing and everything. I'm passing it to somebody to edit. I filed one document, bruh. In 13 days, before I could even amend that document, I got paid 7 racks. You going to work and you working 50 hours a week and you make 5,000, or I get on this computer and do one document in 13 days, I got 7,000. Do you see what I'm saying? And not only that, it's like when I'm going to work, it's like it's not working out. So the way a military legal just became, it did that itself. I didn't say, hey, I'm gonna. It just played itself out like that. Look, when I was doing the business, somebody had came to me too, and they had said, hey, if God is with it, you'll get paid. We'll see you get money. Because it had been a year. They don't know. Court cases take a while to settle sometimes. It had been a year, and I had got that one settlement, 7,000. So they looking at that 7,000 and they like, I know you can't live off that. So they trying to say God ain't with that. So look, so in 2023, right before the end of 2023, I got another settlement. That second settlement at a time whenever like there was max pressure to stop me. I was very vocal about how I felt and what I believed. And I'm saying I had max pressure from a lot of different places to stop me. At that time, it was at that moment when I was at a decision. Now, I decided to do this, but I had to make a decision that I'm going to either keep doing it. It was at that moment when I had got that second settlement. After that second settlement, that's blood in. That's blood in. That's all the way blood in. We get to 2024. What the biggest case I ever filed in my life, I think it was like $600,000. It got dismissed. And it's at that moment, that was the trying moment. You know what I did though? Everybody telling me, oh, bro, you fighting an impossible battle, which is not hard to believe. Me just being a regular dude off the street going against these skilled attorneys who know everybody, who's linked in, connected, all that stuff. Yeah, that's kind of bad, bro. It really is it's a tough sport. It's a tough way to make a living. And I had no clue about how many people in America hated attorneys, but that don't matter. So look, bro, I keep going or whatever like that. I keep fighting. 2024 rolled over, man. And when 2024 rolled over, I was all the way in with the military legal. I had a lot of learning to do. I had a lot of, I was getting trained and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was still all the way in with it, man. So pretty much to make a long story short, man, like 2024 after the biggest case in my life got dismissed, you know what I'm saying? Like You know, I put my head down. I went to work. I worked harder. I studied harder. I perfected my craft. I filed an appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals. And look what happened. Your biggest loss could turn to your biggest victory in life. That's anything in life, I'm trying to tell you. I'm talking about my biggest case, I lost it. It's over with. My opponents running around laughing. That was their Super Bowl. They thought that, hey, we got him. It's over with. Nah, it ain't over. I filed the appeal. I didn't know I was going to win the appeal, but I went and filed a case in state court with them same, that same citation or them same allegations, because if the case doesn't never get litigated, then you could file it again. Unless he kicked you out that court, but you could just go to a different court. So I filed it under a common law statute in Texas. It's not a statute, it's just common law negligence. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting a settlement out of that. But I say all of that. We started with the travel. I haven't forgot where I'm at because I'm trying to get y'all to We the People for lakes and lawsuits. I'm trying to show you how we get to lakes and lawsuits. That's so funny. But it's true, though. So, look. So, we get to 2024, and, bro, like, so that whole year, it's like a max pressure campaign. But I had enough success, and I think I had, like, in the first year and a half, I had made, like, 20-some thousand off doing legal documents. So, I seen that. You know, it was a pretty good hobby. It was a pretty good sport. But I knew I had to get a supplement of income because of the way I do my cases. It might take, and I only do exclusive cases, it might take a year for that case to settle. So there's times like right now where I'm litigating cases, but the space between the last time I got a check from litigation to this, I'm saying you going to work, this man going to work, and when he finished working in 2 weeks or a week, he getting a check. It don't work like that, especially if you a lawyer working for somebody, it might, but owning your own business, it don't work like that. I filed a case, I don't get paid until and when I win that case. Tough business, man. Ain't an attorney, it's a tough business. But like I said, I didn't choose, like I felt like, you know what I'm saying? That's where that path led. So, man, like, pretty much we get to 2024, bro. And like, I had some cases, I ghost wrote some cases, and I'm just waiting for all that work to come to an end. And it came to an end in November. And in November, bro, I got over 10 racks, over 12 racks, over 14 racks, over whatever racks you want to say. I got some bread. That's the first time I ever got no money like that in my life. And it didn't just come from one place. It wasn't like I just got a settlement. It's like some documents and work I had got done, so that money started raining. Real talk, about a 2-week period, bro, I promise you. If that pace that I was on, bro, I would have made $30-some thousand in that 1 month. You know what I'm saying? But it take a whole lot of effort and work to be able to, whenever those fruits start to come to bear, when the fruits were coming to bear, you see what I'm saying? Like, if I would have kept on pushing, they like, just don't stop that, you know, you trying to build a $30,000 a month business, right? But I'm saying, like, me as a paralegal not working for a lawyer, if you tell me that in 10 years, I could do that. But because it's a lot more easier than me. But me in federal court, bro, like, I'm making mistakes. I'm learning on the job. So you got to understand that. So I don't want to throw away all these cases. So I need to take my time with them a little bit more than a regular attorney. You feel that? So, man, after November come, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I got bread in my pocket, the year turnover. And that's whenever we got to the first We the People. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? The politics I do in the We the People, I could talk. I didn't start talking about the law, but law and politics is very similar. We started Legal Wars Live supporting VP Harris, so we started this on the politic thing. So when I started We the People, the first one in Texas, that's why I was with politics. But on We the People 3 and We the People 4, you're going to see it starts turning into that lakes and lawsuits. Actually, We the People 4 is actually named like lifestyles and lawsuits. That's what it was. This moment I've been building for this for 5 years. If I would have chose a different career, I would say I wouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Those 2 years I spent in Houston, but those 2 years were necessary because I had to learn how to litigate the cases, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the path I'm on, man. I pretty much gave it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like my passion or my pastimes or the things I'm doing, traveling and everything, that's already set. You feel what I'm saying? And then I just had to get the money. And so the first step to get the money was to get a supplement that's secure. And number two is a Miller Ray legal file them cases. That's secure, man. So all I could do is just be patient and just keep building and keep praying and keep waiting and stay humble. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the story in a nutshell. My boy Open Eyes says, shout out to Houston, to the city of Houston. What's up? What's up? Let's see. I'm talking. Keep talking, Unc. I'm almost finished. Open wide for me. But something wrong with this dude, man. Paul Jocelyn says you're about to have 2 lawsuits in a minute. I'm suing you for. Anyway, it's so goofy. Dog 2 says keep talking. You almost finished. Okay, man. Paul Johnson says, let's see, Open Eyes, shout out Houston. You sound like you went outside with radiation. So, guys, look, man, I see that. I appreciate you guys coming in, y'all tapping in, y'all tuning in, man. I just wanted to jump on here, man, and just give you a whole rundown of the situation. Like, I've told the story bits and pieces, but I never just told it all at once. That's not even the whole story, bro. I got so many. I'm a storyteller, bro. I got so many. But look, that's not even the whole story, but that's just within a 50-minute span, me giving pretty much a rundown of We the People. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to reiterate. On September the 2nd, We the People 3 is coming out. That's Illinois, Indiana, and a part of Michigan. On September the 9th, the following week, We the People 4, and that's Michigan. And we doing them all at 8 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays. So we're streaming tomorrow with the news story. And then the next 2 Tuesdays at the streaming time, we're going to do a vlog. We're premiering a vlog, We the People. So the 2nd and the 9th, 2 vlogs, We the People 3 and We the People 4, man. That's just what I got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? If I create the content, I got to put the information out there, got to promote it. So I had to jump on here and give you guys pretty much the story. And at the same time, I wanted to do viewer's choice, but it looked like most of the people in here are just clowning around. Marcus says, is this Steven Jackson, man? They having too much fun in here. D. Artanian says, I'm going to teach you some manners, see what a man looks like. Bro, that's about my time. It look like we got a bunch of trolls in the stream, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I got stuff to do, man. Like I said, I told y'all about the cases, bro. I got some cases I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the thing about me, too, is I've learned, man, I don't pay no attention to what somebody say. Some people will talk till their lips fall off. You feel me? Till your mouth fall off. You know what I'm saying? And then, but when it's time, they might be good at certain things, but certain things they might not be as good at. You might be good at getting money, but you talking about confrontations, bro. I don't lose too many situations like that. Regardless of how you want to say, I could lose and you could lose. We all could lose. The whole world could end tomorrow in nuclear war or some crazy stuff. I mean, you talking about could and propaganda. I'm talking about facts, man. Them confrontations, the arguments, all that stuff, man, I pretty much was being raised for that. And that's why I got to Miller Ray Legal, man. So I think a Miller Ray Legal's helped me in a lot of ways because I learned to leave all that stuff on them documents, leave all that stuff in court, man. You know what I'm saying? And all the like little silly nonsense, man, I just be ignoring most of that for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, that's my time, man. Like I tell y'all, I've told y'all 1,000 times. I'm going to tell y'all 1,001 for the people who are watching this after it was pre-recorded. I want to keep this content as short as possible. Right now, y'all don't have to wait till September the 2nd. You don't have to wait till September the 9th. You could go right now to YouTube. You could click on the video links. We the People 2, that one was in Tennessee. We the People was in Texas. So we got We the People 3, that's Indiana, that's Illinois, and a part of Michigan. That's September the 2nd at 8 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to premiere on YouTube. And We the People Forward, that's September the 9th, the very next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and it premieres. So whenever you guys come and jump in for the live stream, you know what I'm saying, we'll have premieres going on after tomorrow, the next 2 Tuesdays. You know, Tuesdays are our main days we do the podcast on. We started the podcast. So I just felt like Tuesday is like, I don't know, man. I just felt like that was appropriate to run 2 vlogs, We the People, back to back. Got interviews in the vlogs, got a bunch of beautiful nature scenery, man. Y'all been rocking with me this whole 40 days on the tour. Y'all know that, man. So, man, definitely make sure y'all check that out. That being said, man, that's my time, man. Like, me being a fighter, me being, you know what I'm saying, going through different situations, bro. Like, I've had to grow tough skin, and I've had to depend on God, which is a great thing. To tell you the truth, it's a real good thing to be able to depend on God, bro. I'm telling you. Because a man, you might not depend on him, but God, he don't fail. You see what I'm saying? Whenever, like this morning, bro, like whenever my eyes open, bro, like I just started praying. And whenever I pray every day, I'm just thankful. I thank God endlessly without ceasing. Without ceasing. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody in life, whenever, like that, regardless of what situation, that's, you got to be thankful. You can't, it's all, like I said in the beginning of the stream, it's a mentality. It's what you believe. It's what's in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And like I had goals, bro, and I'm just walking to my goals. Whenever I got to look, with a Miller rate legal, bro, let me explain something to you. Like 18 months, bro, I was filing them lawsuits. I was in the room. I wasn't going nowhere. Wasn't traveling. I mean, it looked a lot different from me starting 2020 traveling. You know what I'm saying? Like some victorious traveling, Wyndham and everything. You know what I'm saying? To whenever I got to 2023 and I was in a room for 21 hours a day in Houston, but that was necessary because the Miller rate legal came behind that. And me being able to get $30,000 out the mud, bro, that's serious. I'll sue somebody $100,000, I'll beat them, walk the dog on their lawyer in the court. To have that ability, that talent, that skill set, boy, that's serious. You can't pay me enough. I get $100,000 case, bro. You gonna pay me what, $100,000? That ain't gonna talk, bro. I might work on that case a total of 220 hours over the whole year. And I'm saying 220 because it's, you know what I'm saying? You might do a month and a half worth of actual labor on that case the whole year and make 100 racks. That's big. That 18 months in Houston, I learned how to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Legal Wars Live is just an addition to, you know what I'm saying? Me being on this phone right now talking to you guys comes from me filing them lawsuits. So those 18 months was necessary. After those 18 months was up, I already knew this year that was coming. This year we on right now, I already knew. The first 3 months across the state of Texas, but I knew when I got to Biloxi, you know what I'm saying? I knew that was a temporary situation. I hadn't been, Mississippi, my home, is the beach. It's nice. I hadn't been there in like, 3 years, 2.5 years. I knew that still was temporary. 3 months, went to North Carolina while I was there, and then here we go. Real talk, man. So the traveling is back. You know what I'm saying? I got the income and everything back. So after that, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Oh, that's good too, Reese. So, guys, I pretty much think I told y'all everything. I covered everything. You know what I'm saying? If I would have came in here, I think at a later time in the day, we would have had more people in the stream that would have been engaging, you know what I'm saying, politically or with other questions. But I opened up the chat for viewers' choice. So this is my viewers' choice for the week. People didn't really want to talk about too much of anything. So, guys, that's my time, man. I'm finna get on down. Like I said, man, whenever you get in those situations that's bigger than me, I give it to God. Start the day thankful, end the day thankful, just constantly thanking and praising God, man. You know what I'm saying? And whenever something gets bigger than me, look, whenever I get something that's bigger than me, I literally do this. I'm going to get on my knees in prayer. And all my thoughts and energy and feeling and pain and misgivings in my mind, I'm going to put it in that prayer. I'm going to sit it at the feet of Jesus, and I'm going to turn around and walk out. Because it's bigger than me. I know I can't win this. So when I sit it at the feet of Jesus, God got it. That being said, in all my cases, bro, across my entire life, bro, I filed 21 cases. I got 3 of them that's active, okay? So that's 18 cases. 9 out of them 18 came to a conclusion, and I won 7 decisions out of 9. I won 7 decisions out of 9 lifetime so far. So the success is there as well, man. You guys, man, I really appreciate you guys, man. I thank you guys who tuned in. Those of you who watched this after it was pre-recorded, I'm trying to get out of here right at an hour. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's Big Ghostwriter, man. Depending on when you send this or whenever you send this, we live on Tuesday, 7 a.m. Central Time or 8 a.m. Eastern, and we live on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. Central. Guys, that's my time, man. I love every last one of y'all. Like I said, them problems get big, give it to God. You know what I'm saying? You get in a situation, man, you just always remember, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all, I'm out, man. I'll see y'all next time, man. This Big Ghostwriter, man. As a matter of fact, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on Legal Wars Live. Thank y'all for tuning in.